Are we ready?
Yeah, bro. We're just waiting for you.
Jesus, I'm ready, bro.
Everybody's just waits around.
Jeez, I'm some big piece of shit.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. So.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey, back again for the first time.
Hey. First time's the charm, you
First
know what
time
they
is
say.
a charm.
It's not like we already tried to record this today already.
Let me recap this.
Hey, did you
Okay.
guys see that Wolf of Wall Street flick?
Hey,
Actually, I did.
you know what? At least Audacity didn't decide to bone us like 40 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah.
It was
Bone you?
3.5 minutes in, and it was like, you know what?
I'm gonna stop
I'm
working.
gonna tell you right now, this is not gonna happen
You've
yet.
been boned.
You've been boned by Audacity.
So, Audacity.
I don't really know. Is that what it is called?
Audacity.
Oh, whatever.
Like
it is.
audio.
Audio. Audacity.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
So,
Wolf of Wall Street.
is it even worth having the same conversation that we just
Wolf of
had?
Wall Street.
No, because that
No.
becomes a boring conversation, I feel like.
Sorry, Zach.
Waffles on Wall
I
Street.
know that you brought the first conversation to the
I
whole
did.
podcast.
It was good.
But that's a conversation that no one will ever hear.
Because your computer's a jackass.
And you know what? And I've had this happen to me before when I was recording commentaries and stuff. You know how that makes you feel when you just basically, like, if you think
I
about it,
told the greatest story.
the three of us just sat here and
We
talked
talked for about 15
to
no,
nobody. To
to
nobody.
Jesus. We talked to each other.
we talked to
all the time.
nobody, really, though.
It's not like it was
Yeah,
just
but I don't
a
really
single
like
man
you guys.
commentary. Oh.
You don't like us? Oh,
No.
okay.
So if I'm talking to you, it's not like I'm going to be.
Dad's upset right now.
Dad's upset.
Dad needs to go.
Don't get upset.
Don't get upset.
Don't do that.
Don't cry.
Daddy, don't cry.
Dude, your beard is just getting completely out of control.
I know I'm starting to feel like Noah of Noah's Ark.
Of Noah's Ark?
Yeah.
Has God told you to build a boat?
No, he didn't tell me to build a boat.
He told you to
told
build
you
a
to build-
rocket ship.
He said build a rocket ship and take all the animals to
So-
the moon.
So God's
I'm
Australian.
going to blow up this planet.
God's Australian.
God's Australian,
Right.
mate. G'day.
Build a rocket ship and take all your animals to the moon.
Take them to the moon.
Jeez.
Catapult your animals fleet by fleet.
You sound like an Englishman.
Well, you know, he's English. He's got a little
British.
English in him.
He's a little-
Well, I think he has a little everybody in him, you know?
You know what? God's got a little bit of everybody in him. If there's one thing that's a perk of being God.
little bit
You
of
can get away
everything.
with everything.
That's really an interesting thing to say because you see some fucking weird people. Like,
And
whoa,
but
that's
that's-
God.
the thing
That's
that
not.
that's his spitting image of. That's what there's people say.
Yeah.
Or spitting images of the creator.
That's
Yeah.
impossible because there's many different kinds of us.
I know, but that means God is just a big melting pot.
Damn.
He looks
wait.
like he looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You know what? I
guy.
think there's a couple. I think there's a couple things that, as a generic podcast foundation,
You don't
we should
talk
probably
about
stay
religion.
away from. Religion, politics,
Race.
race. Yeah, our
Religion.
first podcast just completely annihilated that point. So
We love everyone though. That
oh,
needs
yeah.
to be said.
Yeah, let's go ahead and patch things up with
We
the
love-
old. We love
We
everyone.
love
Yeah.
everyone.
Slander.
Jeez, we gotta patch things up with somebody.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's patch them up.
Let's
So,
little patchy
You
rub
guys
down.
hear about? Oh, did you have something? Did you have a good thing to say?
No, I was just gonna make the generic. So what's been going on with everybody's statement? But you got something.
Well,
so
it's
go
way
ahead.
past Christmas and New Year's now.
Yeah,
the last.
we've had a pretty significant gap
We're
between.
in the ice age.
Someone fell off who was talking about not falling off for the first one.
Oh man,
Jeez.
Who could that be?
who was it?
Who was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me?
Yeah, you're like, we're gonna do this podcast. No one can fall off, and then who fell off?
What do you mean I fell off?
The linger.
fell off.
You fell off,
How'd
Dad.
I fall off?
You fell.
You've been delaying the
God,
recording
you have.
process.
I
been
think
trying to do this
everybody can
forever.
clearly tell who the other two people that really fell off were.
Fell off.
The
I
guy-
better
fall
get back
down.
on.
Okay.
I
Son.
hopped right back on that pony.
Mm-hmm.
I hopped on the pony.
It hopped on the pony.
That's
Bro,
barnyard
You fell
porn.
off. You've changed. all
I've
right?
changed.
Yeah.
My face has changed.
Hmm.
Congratulations.
Were we going somewhere with any
I
of
was
this?
gonna say, did you guys hear about Kim Jong Un? He fed his uncle to 120 hungry dogs.
Did you hear about Dennis Rodman going over there and saying,
Yeah.
"Good job"?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
crazy.
All this crazy shit's happening in North Korea.
See, look, you've been at your parents' house with no internet, no TV.
I'm
and
shut out from the world.
A cabin
You didn't know
deep
about
in the
this?
woods.
Okay, you know what? In all fairness, this didn't happen in the United States, so...
It was all over CNN and public radio.
Because that's what I frequent, is
And-
CNN and public radio.
and
Dennis Rodman is friends with Kim Jong-un.
And they
like
played a
best
celebrity
friends.
that
basketball
doesn't
game.
surprise me.
They went over there and played the celebrity basketball game the day after he killed his uncle.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
For
the
his
day after.
birthday.
Yeah, for Kim Jong-un's birthday. He killed his uncle feeding him to 120 dogs, and his uncle was a politician.
Okay,
He
so...
said he was on the wrong side or something like that.
So that's why he did it. He did it as a statement. He didn't just do it he didn't just wake up and be like, you know what? I have 120 dogs that could eat. They're not
What? He did
super
it as a
Why
hungry.
are you defending that man?
Yeah, what are you talking
Well,
about?
I'm
you
trying-
sound like the biggest.
I'm trying
You
to
sound like
figure out.
such a bigot.
All right, you guys are out of control right
We're
now.
not.
I'm trying to figure out
No, sir.
why he would do it.
Oh no,
Because
because
you're
he says
fucking crazy.
I think he says he like treason or something.
Because he's crazy as
That's
balls.
like he wasn't on the right side.
What happened to
or
Kim
the wrong
Jong
idea or
Il?
something.
Did he die?
He got
Yeah,
ill and
ill.
he died.
Really? He did get ill?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he died.
All right,
Straight
are you
ill.
just saying that to be funny, or did he really get sick?
You
and
said
die?
ill, so I was like, oh, that's a perfect lead into, yeah, he got ill and died.
Did he really get sick?
Yeah.
Oh.
How do you
He
die
barfed.
usually?
He
I don't know.
barfed up
You
his
could
heart.
get shot in the head. That's not getting sick.
Well, he wasn't going to kill his dad because his dad was the infer.
Here, can I show you? Can I show you Dennis Rodman on NBC or CNBC like going crazy right now?
Oh yeah, he goes ballistic.
Like,
Can we get good audio?
yeah, this is gonna be good audio.
Dennis Rodman had a big day today. Dennis Rodman took 6 former NBA players and 4 other players on a trip.
Oh,
to
that's
North
Jimmy
Korea
Kimmel.
to play an exhibition
This isn't
game against
Dennis
the
Rodman.
local-
But
We should just let Jimmy Kimmel.
This morning,
And
Dennis and the
sponsored
players
by
all
Jimmy
sat
Kimmel.
down for a satellite interview. They are in North Korea. Chris Cuomo of CNN is in I don't know, D.C. or New York or something. But it did not go smoothly.
You got 10 guys here. 10 guys here that have left their families, left their damn families to help this country as in a sports venture. We got 10 guys, all these guys here. Do anyone understand that?
We do, and we appreciate that, and we wish them well with cultural exchange.
No, I was just saying. No, I don't give a what the, I don't give a rat's ass what the hell you think. I'm saying to you, look at these guys here. Look at them.
But Dennis, don't put it on them. Don't use them as an excuse for the behavior that you're putting on yourself.
They came here.
They came here.
Wow, dude, he's
What?
on some super sauce
yeah,
over
he's
there.
just fucked up.
Wow.
That's why he's wearing glasses. He's
That's why.
toasted.
That's
Oh,
why he
yeah.
goes to Kim Jong Un's.
Yeah,
he gets toasted up there.
He gets the
toasted.
hookups. He gets the hookups. What did he even say
I
during
don't know, you sound
that?
like Rocky. Hey, 3
I don't give a shit.
I'll give a rat's ass. Wow.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
So
that
this
was
is
good.
that's what you've been missing, man.
Yeah,
I guess.
In your cabin up by the woods.
pretty crazy.
Well, I mean, what? That's it. That's all that's happened.
That's all that's happened so far in the world.
I mean,
Well,
like,
this year,
I
Since
mean,
you've been gone for the first time.
not Kelly Clarkson.
but Dennis Rodman can't really get into any trouble for like he hasn't done anything.
No,
I mean,
but the year
even if he comes out and supports like whatever Kim Jong Un did, it's not like he can even get in trouble for supporting it. Like you have freedom of belief.
Yeah, no, he can't. But that's just there's also
I mean-
there's also an American being held prisoner in North
That's-
Korea
that's
right
why-
now too.
Oh really?
the big
and,
thing about that
Like
thing.
he didn't do anything
Dennis
wrong.
Rodman? Is it Dennis Rodman?
No, the big thing about that, why he's getting mad, because the guy from CNN kept asking about, what about the guy that they have captured there that's American? Are they going to release him? And he's like, we're not about that at all. We want to play basketball, and that's it. We're here to...
I didn't even know Dennis Rodman still played basketball.
Oh, sometimes he dribbles the ball around.
I guess.
He
I mean,
gets blasted and starts
The
playing.
double balls.
yeah.
He dribbles the double balls.
Can't
around.
even see him anymore with those thick black glasses on that he had.
Yeah, that was good. He's just a pure entertainer.
I guess so. He's pulling old Miley Cyrus. That's all old washed up celebrities have to do nowadays
Oh,
to
yeah.
get famous. Is just do something insane.
Just like
Exactly.
Justin Biebs.
Justin
See,
Bieber.
that's nothing in
Yeah.
America that's really, really important. That should not be important
What?
right now. All over CNN,
What?
all over every news channel.
Why are you watching so much CNN nowadays?
No, I'm
A lot
just
of
saying.
CNN.
No, I'm on YouTube, and that always pops up with
Oh, okay.
stupid stuff
I
like
gotcha.
that. So like, I guess Justin Bieber was caught throwing eggs at his neighbor's house.
What?
Yeah, Just go ballistic on his neighbor and throwing shitload of eggs at his
If
house.
you're Justin Bieber, who is your neighbor? Like Will Smith?
Yeah, he's egging Will Smith's house.
Take this,
Big Willie style.
Bitch!
Oh man.
No, I was watching the news the other day and I wrote down all the news stories just because I thought it was so funny.
Because you like
they
to
were-
practice your newscasting.
I was like,
Hello.
yeah.
Hello and welcome to Late Night
Oh,
with Jim Anders.
Late news. First story is bomb suspect in the house with guns and death to Obama posters, and the whole house is rigged with bombs in Ohio. They caught this guy.
No.
Yeah.
That was just local news.
Local news. This is all local news. Next one. Death sentence for a man who raped and murdered a pregnant woman. He was on the death sentence, and the lethal injection took 24 minutes for him to die, and he was like struggling and doing all this
What?
crazy shit. Yeah. So that was the second story. Third story. One person shot after a home invasion down in Columbus. Russell Johnson, he was on Gilligan's Island. He died, age 89. Officers seized Bieber's phone.
there's the Biebs.
crazy. Yeah.
Was that in Ohio?
Yeah, that was in Ohio. No, that wasn't in Ohio.
It's all the news they report on.
So
Yeah.
basically, what the news is telling me right
Lawyers.
now is Ohio is a really good place to live.
Oh, yeah, it's just insane. Let me just go through these real quick, though. Maurice Snow charged with selling crack cocaine. Crime alert. Grieving widow's house burglarized during husband's funeral.
What?
Man sues officers for $100 million lawsuit saying discrimination. Cheating scandal at the Air Force Missile Test Office. Your personal information is vulnerable. Tune in at 11.
Oh my
Hershey's is
God.
making a new candy bar.
That's like the only good news they have.
Why is that in news
God.
nowadays? Like, you will turn on the news and it will literally be, this guy died, this person got murdered, this person's on death row. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
It's like, what?
They'll
Yeah,
have
have a
like one
good night.
special thing. This dog lost all its legs, but it's so happy now.
Yeah.
Like,
There's like one.
In other
There's only
news,
like
this
one.
dog's head got run over by a car.
but
by a
luckily
car.
he's still alive.
And he's rolling around in his playpen.
After he killed 2 babies.
Oh,
It's like they
God.
keep adding things. It's nuts.
That is pretty crazy, but I think it would be hard to be a newscaster because, you come into work that day and they're like, all right, here's the stories you got to tell, and this is what you got to do, and it's like,
Even though you might not believe in it either.
you might not believe in it, or you also just might not like want to do that. It's like, I don't really feel like announcing all these murders and deaths.
But you know what you're getting into when you're going to newscasting school.
Yeah, but that's my reason for writing that down is because that's not what the news should be.
What
Why
should-
is
I
that-
agree.
why does
What
that
should
have to
be
the
Ron
news?
Burgundy?
It should be like, school lets out early today. Kids had a great day.
Yeah.
Like fun. I think fun things like not as so like
I just
Dark
think
and
that the
dismal.
more focus they bring to like negative things, I think that a big what you're doing is you're basically like convincing criminals to do criminal stuff. Because
Right.
if they do it, so I don't think 100% of them is like, I'm gonna do this to get on the news.
like that
But they're-
knockout thing though. Sorry, but like what you're saying, like I'm gonna do this to get on the news. But the knockout thing that's been going on, the trend. Have you heard about that?
What were you like, choke yourself, or you like, oh, you just go up to
Run,
random
you
people?
punch the people.
Punch 'em.
They were reporting it all over the place, and then more news places were just reporting it. Like,
Yeah,
because
well,
you're putting that shit out
And
there on the internet.
exactly.
Like,
If you report on it, people are gonna just do it to be like, yeah.
I'm gonna get my
Everybody's
15
doing
seconds
it,
of
and I
fame.
might
got on
not
the
get on the
news,
news,
yeah.
but I might get on the news, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. So, yeah, I
I
don't
want
know.
to play that game though because.
The knockout game?
Yeah, I kind of want to try it.
I want to play it with my friends at like a house party. Just go.
Oh
up to
my
random-
God.
Let's knock each other out.
Random people, like you're just like having a conversation with a girl, and your buddy just comes up and punches you in the back of the head.
That would be. I think that's a well worthy trend that we should probably.
Yeah.
We should probably hook it up.
We
sometime.
could get like a knockout team going on. you know
Yeah,
what I'm
knockout
saying?
team. We could have sports jackets, matching sports jackets, and
The knockout boys.
we could all have nicknames like the Slugger. and-
The slugger.
That would be my name.
Yeah, your name would be the slugger.
The Great Bambino.
Mine would be the little jab boy.
Little jab boy.
You don't punch heads, you punch kidneys.
Yeah. That didn't knock me out. It just hurt.
That's part of the game, man. One more thing that I want to bring up about newscasters is how they can go from something that's so negative to something so positive.
Oh yeah.
It's always the weirdest transition where they'll be like, and the whole family died, and no bodies were found. On another note, we have all of these puppies that, like, this dog just had 9 puppies, and you're like, oh my god. What
Some
people
people
died. Going on?
The Indiana Pacers won the basketball game.
Yeah. It's just like their brain is so...
Breaking news: woman dies in car accident.
Yeah. It's like they're so used to bad and good, they're just like, I don't even know the difference anymore. I'm just saying
I'm a
what's on the
robot.
prompter.
Exactly.
I'm a
There's
robot.
no empathy. They just read the news.
They're just unempathetic news readers. So that's
Oh, another thing related to news. This newscaster, I think in Florida, this viewer one time sent her this letter saying how fat she was.
Oh, I
Like,
read about that.
It was
Or I
on-
saw that video.
Yeah, it's on YouTube. I was like, whoa, who does that? Like,
Yeah, but
this
she
viewer,
like goes off on the
I know
news.
on that, like live TV.
Wait, what? All right. Okay, so they send in this viewer
This
sends in
viewer, the first time he's ever seen the news with her casting it, he goes and types up a letter, emails it to her, and says, "You're disgusting. Obesity's wrong. You're the thing that's wrong in this nation. Lose some weight, you fat bitch."
Okay.
And blah 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 blah.
So what happens with the letter? She reads it
She
on
reads
the air?
it. No, she reads it, and then she goes on the air and just throws the mighty sword of the news at him.
So she uses her news outlet to just eat this guy?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. But she does it tight. Like she does it pretty sick.
Oh
She
yeah,
says
she's
some
very
sick
very
shit and-
like
yeah.
proper about everything, and the dude probably feels like a giant asshole.
Well, I guess, I mean, if you're to that stage where you're doing that on the air, first of all, I still think it's wrong that she did that. I think bringing attention to any kind of troll like that is just going to feed.
No,
I
but
mean, that's what he wants. He wants a reaction out of her. So
That's true.
even her reacting in any way is like a
oh yeah.
victory for
But
him.
the other thing is that she posted on Facebook, and then it blew up on Facebook too. It got like over like 100,000 views or whatever like that. That's
Yeah.
post that she made.
I mean, I
So
guess
it's probably fake. Actually,
yeah, it's
Oh, it
probably
might be
it's
for
probably
the
a
news.
plant.
Really, I do think that almost everything viral is fake.
Dude, have you seen the demon baby thing?
No. Let me look.
Oh my god, that is so funny, dude. That's
It's pretty cool, and it's another
for a
thing.
movie.
Yeah, exactly.
marketing
but you don't
strategy.
notice it until the very end. It gives like a little trailer at the very end.
Devil Baby Attack.
Yeah, Devil Baby Attack.
Wow.
It's like an animatronic baby that they made.
What?
Yeah. All right, turn down a little bit. But yeah, turn down way more. It's really loud. But basically, they just made this animatronic baby that sits in its crib, and it's remote controlled and everything.
Oh my
So they just roll it around town.
It's like animatronic too, so like the face moves and everything.
Yeah. So they just roll it up to some random people and the baby starts crying. And then it just pops out. It's insane. It is absolutely insane.
Oh.
But I think
Oh my god, that's scary.
how did you find it? It's just called Devil Baby Attack. Yeah. Wow, it's already up to 32 million views.
Yeah.
When I saw it the other day, it was at like 10 million or so. But yeah, it's. And then there's the guy on the street worker's just unfazed by it. But yeah, it's insane. Like you said, it's insane how much they can make it move. Like they can make the face move. They can make the little arms grab the side of the carriage. And,
Yeah, and the
And,
character.
I
Oh
think-
god, the baby freaks out.
I think there's.
No, but like this is like the perfect
Oh, it's puking.
for a movie
Yeah.
to do this though. Like that, they're gonna get so much money from just these views alone and going in the movie to see it.
Yeah.
This is for a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is for the devil or something.
It's
The
like at
Devil's
the end.
Due or something like that.
Here, I think. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. Oh my god, Devil's Due. Yeah. Sounds like just at the very end is the trailer, but viral
Wow.
marketing. I think that's one of the better strategies that.
It's a form of guerrilla too. So that's really cool.
It's a what?
Like that's like guerrilla marketing. The little baby rolling around and shit. Like that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but they did a similar thing. I don't know what.
What's that?
Was it Paranormal Activity or something like that?
Mm.
Where the girl was in the coffee shop and she was in the coffee shop and it was staged, but only she knew and like maybe the workers knew that it was staged, so everyone else in the coffee shop didn't know what was going on. But
when the chairs move and the tables move and shit.
yeah, her and this guy
I
were
thought that's
having
for
a,
Carrie.
Are you gonna let me finish the
I
story?
think it's for Carrie.
Okay, that's for Carrie. And she was arguing with this guy, and then like the guy was in on it too, and they were arguing, and then all of a sudden she pushed him. She like went like this with her hand and like pushed forward, and he like went up against the wall and then slid up against the wall and was like suspended on the wall. So they must have like a cable or something in the wall, and he was just like standing there, and then like she turns around and sees that everybody's watching her, and she just pushes away with her arms, and like all the tables and chairs just like spread away from her, and then everybody's just like, what the heck? And people are like running out of the coffee shop,
Like screaming.
yeah, yeah, and then she screams, and like all the glass and everything breaks in the coffee shop. It was insane. And the whole time I'm watching it, I was like, this is a sweet prank. Who did this? And at the end, I think it was for Carrie, but it was like,
No, it was for Carrie.
yeah, okay. But yeah, I think those are some of the best marketing decisions that you can make is something that's, especially for like a horror movie or like something that suits the genre of people, like, you know, kids our age or people our age just going on the internet and checking out what's the weirdest video online right now, and I think those people are the people that are more inclined to go to a movie like that. So I don't know. I haven't really seen any viral marketing things like that for, like, I don't know, soap operas or I don't know, rom-coms or anything like
Soap operas?
I don't know.
What would they do for that?
that. I was thinking that like a romantic comedy, but then
What would they do for viral for that?
that'd be
Like,
cool,
have
like,
make out on a
Make
bench?
out, yeah.
Like,
I don't know.
Go
I
and
said
watch them
I have
bang
never
and it's a
seen
porno.
anything like that.
Zach and Miri make a porno and people are just fucking everywhere.
Oh my god.
Just kidding, we're not really in love. We're just banging for the movie.
It's just a movie, guys. Get it? No, we don't. We don't get it.
See the tattoos, Zach and Mary make a porno.
The real tattoo. What do you guys think about selling your body for ad space? Would you ever do that?
Oh my gosh, it depend.
But it couldn't be like anywhere where no one would ever see it. Like, because right,
People would have to
if
see
you're
it,
paying
yeah.
someone money to have something on their body, you want it to be at least not on your forehead, I guess, but like probably on your arm or like your
What, a tattoo?
forearm, like a mark.
Yeah.
For a movie?
No, like
For anything.
like for anything, for like a company. If someone was to come up to you and be like,
Did you hear about the guy that got a tattoo on his face for Mitt Romney?
"What?
Oh yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
when he was running for president.
What?
Yeah.
And it's like he got like $500,000 for this tattoo on his face.
Yeah.
And he wants to get it removed now.
Well, for $500,000.
But he had to keep it on the entire campaign.
But couldn't you pay to get it removed?
Yeah, but you know, it's like on his face.
It's on his face.
Like, go find a picture.
Well, wouldn't it hurt? It would probably
Yeah.
hurt to get it removed, right?
It hurts a lot worse to get tattoos.
I
removed.
think I would do that though. For $500,000, for $500,000, I think I would sport a Mitt Romney or whatever even if I didn't agree with their views, I would sport their name on my forehead.
No.
Yeah, because after the campaign or after you already have your money, you can just go get it removed anyways. You know it doesn't cost $500,000 to get it removed. Yeah,
Is that it? There it is.
It's
Yeah,
gonna
there it
suck
is.
and be pain.
It's a R.
It's actually doesn't. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
No, it
And-
doesn't say his name at all.
Yeah, it's like a. I don't
You
know.
just say it's like a.
That guy also does not look like someone I would want supporting.
That's
Or
what I mean.
Like spreading
He
my
looks
views.
creepy as shit.
Like he has a weird bowl cut ponytail type thing, and
Yeah.
Yeah, look, he's all over here.
yeah, huh? I don't know. Maybe he liked it. Maybe he got his 15 minutes of fame out of it. But I don't know. I've never heard of him until then. But are you sure it was $500,000?
I swear, yeah.
That's pretty.
I would
crazy.
not get a tattoo on the side of my head.
I think I would do that.
For let's say for $1 million, Apple wants you to put the Apple logo right here on the side of your forehead.
Fuck yeah.
For $1 million.
Wait, you just said you wouldn't do it.
No, I said I wouldn't just not do it for like $5,000. I was
But
saying,
for $1 million, you would.
no, for $500,000, I would do it for $500,000.
You would.
Yeah.
So what were you saying? No.
Would you get a
Because
politician's
you said
name?
you would do it for any. You would do it for any price, and I was like, no.
When
but
did
no.
I say that?
You did.
Okay. Well, clearly the tape will prove you wrong.
It
You're over
will
there.
not.
You're over there
It
texting
will
on your
not.
phone.
Yeah. You will not. You will not.
I'm busy, man.
Yeah, you're a busy man.
I am a busy
sorry.
man.
We'll cut you out of the next one. So.
Oh, okay, Dad, my bad.
Jeez,
It's
all right.
It's like when you don't go to baseball practice, your dad finds out. Jesus.
Jeez, your dad's like, oh, you didn't go to baseball practice. You
What?
You
piece
don't need to
of shit."
fucking quit.
Were you expected to drive yourself to baseball practice?
Yeah, when you were little, you had to. You had to sit on phone books and drive yourself.
Oh man.
Because
Tie
you know
a brick to
why?
your shoe.
It's called Little League. So you got to
Little
get
League.
into the league of driving. So.
Yeah.
Okay, that was
Okay,
just...
so all right, so there was some cool things on the internet this week about CES, Consumer Electronics Show. Did you guys do any research or look at anything about that?
What is that? What is? Can you explain it to me? What that is?
It's in Las Vegas once a year, and it's Consumer Electronics Show. I'm probably wrong, so
Like
leave a comment in the
robots?
comments like you're an idiot. But
Like
they
a-
show like advanced electronics, like new
So like a robot, possibly, like iRobot running around.
stuff like that. Really, actually, they had the Steam machine. Have you guys
Steam box?
the Steam box? Yeah,
No. Oh,
Have you
the
seen
Steam,
the
the
Steam?
Steam console.
yeah, pretty cool. Have you guys seen anything about that?
I've seen some stuff about it.
How
on
big is
Reddit,
it?
But
It's like
It's like a GameCube size.
there's gonna be a bunch of different looking ones.
yeah. Right
They're
now,
just
they're
created
in
by
their
computer
beta,
manufacturers.
where they're releasing like a bunch of like if you got into their beta program, you got a Steam box, and the weird thing about it is they're not sending the same thing to everybody. They're sending it with different kind of processors and different kind of
to
graphics
see
cards.
what's the best. You know.
Yeah.
See what they complain about. and
Well,
be like, match up to
no,
that.
I don't think it's to see what is the best, because they're planning on marketing it in different packages. Like they're planning on
okay.
marketing it like
Yeah, there's gonna be an Alienware one.
yeah,
there's gonna be-
because some of the ones that you can pay for are like $1,500, $3,000, but they also want to be able to market one to
$3,000 for a console.
well, if you think about it, it's not really
it's a computer.
yeah, it's a computer that acts like a console, kind of. It's like a home media.
How's the
computer.
controller look? Is it still the pad thing or?
Yeah, they've upgraded it since the beginning though. They've had a couple
Yeah.
different prototypes.
I don't know. I feel like I would want to like mess around with it. See how
But
cool it
I
is.
mean,
It looks sweet.
they're also going to make smaller or like less advanced models for people who are so used to buying like a $300 or $400 or $500 console. Like they're gonna make a lower priced one, but they're also gonna have like those big ones. So they're sending out a bunch of different ones just to kind of, I don't know, I guess to test that. But at the same time, I don't think they're looking to only condense it down to one final version. I think they're planning on having a lot of different versions in it at the end. But I don't know. So what else other than the Steam box was there?
There was this one thing that was like a car. It was I think it was like a car that was hooked up to some app on this guy's phone, and you could pull up in front of a store that he was going to, get out of his car, and swipe the button on his app, and his car would go park itself in
What?
the parking lot. Yeah.
Through like GPS or
Yeah.
and it knew when other cars were there?
Yeah, it had like sensors on all sides, and so like if anybody got close to it, it would slow down or stop.
Can you imagine seeing that like happen right now? But even now, for people that hadn't seen that, like if I hadn't seen that and I saw today like some guy get out at freaking the mall or something and,
Yeah,
and
it
just
just
swipe
gets
something on his phone, and all of a sudden,
But like if you think about it, like that's probably something that's gonna be pretty capable in the future.
yeah.
Like if they can do that at CES now, like in 10 years, why wouldn't everybody just be doing that?
So that's how you unlock your car or like start it.
No,
What?
you must not heard me. You pull up in front of the store and you get out of the car and you swipe on your app and the car and goes and parks
Oh,
itself.
into a garage. Jesus.
No,
I'm retarded.
not
So that's how you get out of your car?
So that's how you get out.
You like
There's gonna be
swipe your phone and it like boots you out? Cool, because I always hated getting out of the car
Oh my
myself.
god.
So. Man, it's so cool when you do stuff like that, because then when you disagree with me, everyone's like, "Well, I would have agreed with Zach, but
I walked away.
earlier he
I
said
walked
something
away.
about
You made a
getting out of
mistake."
your car with an iPhone app, and it just kind of lost me."
Swipe a button on your iPhone and then
Dude,
a
I
little
walked out
robot
the
pops
kitchen
out.
and I was like, I'm still listening.
Siri
I'm still
comes on and
listening, I'm
says, "It's now safe to exit your vehicle." Thanks, Siri. You are the future.
You're the future.
It just unlocks your doors and doesn't let you out. It's like, you may not exit.
Oh my god. Well, I think that's a little bit more inventive than the Steam box, but I don't know. Another thing with Steam box is I think it's running on Linux.
Really?
So that should be interesting because
Yeah, it's Steam OS.
Yeah.
version of Linux.
Yeah, but that'll be interesting because as of right now, I think like maybe out of all the games on Steam, I want to say like a really low percentage of them are Linux based. So it's gonna be, I don't know, unless game companies start realizing that Steambox is like a thing. But right now it's to the point where game companies really have a say as to whether Steambox becomes a thing or not. Because if they don't start writing games for
In
Linux,
yeah.
then I mean, yeah, you can get a Steambox and you're gonna pay. You know, some people could pay the $1,500 or $3,000
God.
for something that only runs like 10% of the games that are gonna come out. So
That'd be insane.
yeah, so I don't know.
It's like
gonna be tricky.
Like no good games either.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you get some good games, but for the most part, I think you're right. So did you have something? You looked at me. Like you were gonna
no.
say. I was gonna say I got the new Zelda for
What?
Nintendo DS. I'm
Wow.
playing that.
Is that fun?
Pretty cool. I wasn't ever really a huge Zelda fan
Me either.
when I was a kid, but so I don't know. I guess more for the nostalgia. I think people would. I guess I was reading reviews and they were like, "Oh yeah, it's so nostalgic. Like it brings me back to Zelda and everything."
Yeah.
But I don't know. It was still a pretty fun game. It wasn't anything. I wasn't excited for this as I was when the new Pokemon came out. When the new Pokemon came out, that was nostalgia for me. So I was like, "Oh my god, a new Pokemon!" But this one was just like, "All right, well, everybody likes Zelda, so I might as well go ahead and." I don't think it's called Zelda. Is it called Zelda? Is it called Link to the Past or something?
It might be.
Link to the Future.
Link to the Future. There's I think
Something
those
with
are already
Link
out.
in there.
I'd love to play that, but I have such a hard time staying engaged in like a handheld game for some reason.
Yeah.
I can't get engaged in those. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't know. With Pokemon, I got engaged. Like I got engaged to a lot of Pokemon.
You got
And,
engaged to a lot of
yeah.
Pokemon?
Did you play it on your computer?
Well, yeah, I had played Pokemon on like an emulator and stuff, but I mean the new one you couldn't. There's no way to emulate it, so I ended up getting it on DS, but or 3DS, but
Oh, sorry, 3DS.
well, you can't play it on DS, so that's why I said 3DS.
Isn't there a new one out that's like a flat one?
It's a 2DS.
Yeah, what the hell's that?
It's the most weirdest looking thing I've ever seen. It's like the 3DS, but it's supposed to be like a cheaper one for people who don't want to spend. Actually, I think the 3DS is like $170 or something like
That's
that.
not that bad.
Oh my
and the
gosh.
and the 2DS is like $130 or maybe it's $100, but I'm pretty sure it's like $130. So it's not that much more expensive for a 3DS, and you also don't have this big block. Like it doesn't fold in half.
Yeah.
It's just this big I think it's bigger than the original Game Boy.
Wow.
Like it's pretty weird. Like how it's shaped. I don't understand. I guess their whole marketing ploy around it was just entirely for, hey, if you want a cheaper version of the 3DS, if you want to still play 3DS games but don't want to buy the 3DS, here, take this hunk of junk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no experience with it, so it might be fine. It might play fine. It also doesn't play in 3D, so you don't get the 3D aspect of
Is
the.
the 3D aspect that cool?
It is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. I didn't think it was going to be, and I thought it was going to be like. I almost didn't realize how that they could do it. But when you have it, and I'll show it to you because I did bring my 3DS. I'll show it to you after the podcast. But it's cool for a while, and I'm glad that because on the side they do have a dial where you can either tone down the 3D or just turn it off. Yeah. And I'm glad they have that option because after a while of playing it, you kind of just want to. Your eyes are just like, all right, I'm done with this. Let's turn off the 3D for a while.
Oh, really?
But it is cool because it. I don't know. I didn't think that they could make 3D without you having to put like glasses on or something like that. But it's just the way with like the bunch of different, I guess, layers of images that they have that makes it look 3D. You kind of have to hold it at just the right angle. But when you have it and you have your right amount of 3D dialed in, like it takes some fine tuning. It's like a freaking old TV antenna. But once you get it, it's pretty cool.
I feel like if I got one, I'd want to play Mario like forever.
Yeah.
Do you have Mario?
I don't have Mario.
Oh, what are you thinking?
I know.
Does it connect to Wi-Fi?
What, the DS?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can just download all your games if you want.
Oh, so you could download Mario whenever you want?
Yeah.
What
that's-
are
I
like
think so
some
from
things
the
you can do on your DS? Just play games and that's it?
I mean, they always have, like, I feel like every console tries to be more than a console, and, like, same for this handheld, like, it's no different. I mean, they have, like, a bunch of different things. Like they have a camera where you can take 3D pictures and stuff like that.
That's
But
hilarious.
I haven't really used it because you can just tell. Like sometimes I'll accidentally start the camera because I think if you press both of the side buttons when you're on the home screen, you start the camera, and it always says starting the camera. I'm like, oh, God damn it.
damn.
But
Take a 3D picture of your butt.
yeah, but then it starts the camera, and you can just tell that the quality is going to be horrible. So I'm like, I'm not even going to try this. But I don't know. They have like a bunch. It's kind of like apps, I guess. Like you can download a bunch of different apps and stuff like that. They also have this new thing. I think this is new for the 3DS, but it's called Street Pass, where you can. It's basically meant for people to like always have their 3DS on them, and if you just close it and you don't power it off, it goes into like a standby mode.
Yeah.
But it's in a standby mode where if you street pass someone who plays like the same games as you or something, it like saves that person's data, and like in certain games like in Pokemon,
This must be really big in Japan.
what? Oh yeah. Well, I could see that with a lot of people.
Yeah,
Well, if you have a lot of people in a certain area,
Confined area, like I don't see it. Like I don't see like 3DSs or anything
well,
handheld like that being really popular.
yeah, I don't know.
Right
I mean,
now.
you'd be surprised. Like if like one time I went out to the mall and I had my 3DS. I just had it in my back pocket.
Maybe if you're
I
11 or
was just-
10.
Well, I was 23.
I know. I'm saying maybe it's popular with 11, 10-year-olds. Which ones?
Okay, so what? Just shut up, Zach. So I was walking around the mall, and when I got home, I actually had like I think like 2 different people who I had street passed with just randomly.
How old were they?
Dude, but I kind of want like a handheld game too, because I freaking love playing games, but I don't have a console, and that's
I think-
pretty cheap for
yeah.
a console. Just like if it's got cool games on it, like Zelda.
Yeah,
You see, I got so many pass-bys when I walked past the
Street
elementary
pass,
school.
dude. Street pass.
I got so many
And no one's
of those.
walking around at elementary school except for you with
I don't know. I don't
big
have a
old
DS.
beard.
I don't have a
Hey,
DS.
come here, boy. I got some candy.
You're trying to flip this around.
I'm gonna street pass your ass.
Oh, shoot.
Oh jeez.
So, anyways, go ahead, Zach. Say something on the podcast.
Say something
so
on the
I can
podcast.
just tear you down.
Oh.
I'm just waiting for it.
Get torn down.
Oh man.
Go ahead.
Jeez.
What
Did you
to
see
talk
that flick
about?
Wolf of Wall Street?
Oh my god. I'm not bringing that up
This
again.
is, what?
Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Nobody knows about it. It's like
Everybody
the
knows about it.
story.
Everybody knows about it.
Okay.
So that's it, Zach. You interrupted me to not bring.
I wasn't
anything else?
interrupting. I was just pointing out a fact.
jeez.
Pointing out a fact. What?
This is the third podcast cast and the 7th fight between the two of you.
That only little kids play handheld games.
Mom and Dad are fighting right
I'm
now.
sorry, I don't play Battlefield. The super awesome graphics
Oh
and the
my
blood and the
God.
guns. Sorry, man.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh.
All right, you're not invited back for the next podcast.
Did you guys see that a nun gave birth to someone?
A nun gave birth?
A nun gave birth. She was unaware she was pregnant.
Oh God,
What?
Jesus.
That's what they always say.
What? Nun in Italy gives birth unaware she was pregnant.
How can you be unaware? You have to have sex.
Immaculate conception.
Oh, it's
Could be.
Oh, it's the second coming.
It's the
Yeah.
second coming, or it could have been the first coming. I would hope.
That's crazy.
Where's the drum? Where's the drum?
She named him Jesus. Oh my god.
Did she really name him Jesus?
No, just kidding.
Oh. Okay, well that would have been a story in and of itself, but
Jesus.
that would have been like a viral marketing ploy from the church. That would be something. I don't know.
wow.
Okay, so I'm gonna. What was that?
Church.
Was
We
that
said
too
we-
far? Was that too
No, we
far,
said
Zach?
one of the
Church
things
Roll.
we don't talk about in the podcast. One is religion. Two is blah 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 blah.
Dude, I started out with the nun though. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
And then
Everybody,
he goes,
hey Jim, everybody here was fine with it until Zach made a big deal about it. So it's all good.
Oh,
yeah,
jeez.
you're just you're going into me now.
He's laying in.
You're laying in there.
laying in,
You're
like,
trying to
that.
get in that cut. You're not getting in that cut, sir.
All right, what were you about to say, Master Dre?
I don't even know. I don't even know where
Really?
my mind was going there.
I don't know either.
Jeez.
Shoot.
It's a
I don't know.
curly headed
Zach, go ahead. Go ahead, Zach.
Go ahead,
Said-
Zach.
Please.
Enlighten us with your
Please
knowledge.
say something that saves your position on this podcast.
That saves it.
Because right now it's just
All right.
dwindling fast.
So
Dwindling.
I went. You know what? I went to Lumosity.com and I tried out their little brain teasers. You know, to exercise your brain.
I have no clue what Lumosity is, actually.
Oh, it's all over TV. There's commercials for it. It's a thing you can sign up for, and you do little brain teasers to strengthen your brain, and you get better and better at
Do you
memories.
accrue some kind of points, or is there any kind of reward system, or is it just kind of like do this because it's good for you?
No, you accrue points and they measure all your metrics and stuff for whatever type of games you're playing, like memory or solving equations quick or thinking of different words or
So
something
what
like
would
that.
be like an example game?
Like there's one example game where there's a bunch of squares and then they're all brown, but so then a bunch of them turn blue, and then they turn back brown again, and you have to click which ones turned blue. You have to remember which
Okay.
ones. So like that'd be an example of a game.
Okay, more like a memory-based game.
Yeah, that one is. But there's different styles. So there's another one where like
Do you-
raindrops are coming down with easy math problems, and you have to solve the math problems before they hit
like
the water.
freaking what was that one where there was words just like coming down? You had to type them before they hit the bottom or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like an old.
It's,
it was like an old typing game that I always used to play.
Slingo.
Slingo?
Yeah.
Is that what it was called?
No, I have no idea.
Was that your best guess?
That's my
Slingo?
best guess.
So,
But so it makes you. So it's a thing. I subscribe to it. It actually costs
Really?
$40 for a year.
what?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. But it's kind of tight. Like whenever you play a game, you're like, oh shit, this is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
So you have to
brain.
like prepare yourself. Well, before you sit down, you're just like, all right, it's time to clear the mind. Let's do this.
No, well, I try to, but sometimes I'll sit down. Like if one time I did it really sweet for like a few days, and I was getting like really sweet scores. And then one day I was fucked up, and I sat down and I did it. It's like ruining my knowledge on the
Oh
monster.
my god!
Dang.
Wow, you went from smart to retard overnight.
You're an idiot.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So does it give you like a ranking system? Is there like a leaderboards where you can compare it with your friends or?
It compares it with all the people that are signed up to the website, and there's like 80,000, I think.
Oh my god! So
And
everybody
and
looks
it tells
dumb.
you what percentile you're in,
Okay.
in the different categories, and then you can do age groups or whatever you want.
So what was your best category?
I'm not sure. I could look it up real quick. Lumosity.
Lumosity. So
It sounds like a pill.
yeah. It was when you said it.
I thought it sounded like a feminine pill.
Yeah, it's a feminine product.
It's a feminine product.
Attention. My best one is attention.
Attention.
Yeah.
So what's an example game for attention?
I'm not real sure.
Clearly, you have a lot of attention when it comes to the attention game.
I'm really good at the attention games, but I don't pay attention to which ones are training attention.
That makes sense.
Yeah, you know.
Makes perfect
So
sense.
how'd you hear about this Lumosity?
It's on TV. Like, they do commercials for it on TV.
Oh, really?
They talk about it, and I was like, oh, I'll check it out. And I went to it, and I was like, oh, I like this.
Huh.
It's probably pretty dumb. Some people probably think it's really dumb, but I think it's kind of cool. It's
I'm
kinda-
sure there's a lot of fellow Lumosity users out there.
Probably.
You would be surprised. So that's, would you say, as far as since the last time we talked, that's been the extent of your gaming has been Lumosity?
Lumosity. That and, I've been playing a little, what was I playing? It's,
Bringing up
Playing
steam
League.
here.
Rogue
Playing-
Legacy.
Oh, Rogue Yeah, you did text me about that. And
I was
like,
playing a lot of Rogue Legacy. That's a
Yeah.
fun ass game.
yeah.
But it gets old after a while.
Yeah, I played the hell out of it, so I could safely say I got my money's worth.
Yeah.
But also, I think that I was talking to you and you didn't have a controller, and that was a big thing. Like,
Oh no, I do have a controller.
oh, you do?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, that's better, I guess.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I was like, man, if he is playing that on his keyboard, that's gotta suck. Like,
Yeah.
I even when before it even came out, I downloaded like the demo or the beta or something like that, and I was playing it, and within like the first 5 minutes, I was like, "There's got to be controller support for this game. I can't. There's no way I can play with the
Right.
keyboard. It's just a platformer. I don't think was ever designed to be played with a mouse and keyboard. It's just,
No way.
Doesn't make sense. But
I
Oh,
also
cool.
got Hotline Miami, but I haven't been able to configure my controls to play it right yet.
on the controller,
Yeah,
Hmm.
I couldn't figure it.
I think when
like,
I played-
suck at making the controls.
What
right
controller do you make?
It's a PS2 controller
PS2 controller.
or something. It's
Yeah.
it's an off-brand controller. USB.
It looks like a wired PS3 or PS2. Instead, I like how instead of shapes, it has numbers for the buttons,
Yeah.
numbered 1 through 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Does?
that works with your with Steam. Like that just picks it up natively. You don't have to
Yeah.
install any like software or drivers or anything.
Right.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Because
Yeah,
I
it
know
was just working.
Steam is pretty closely tied with the Xbox controller. Like if you have an original Xbox wired controller, it'll sync up with mostly every game, but
Well, yeah, because with this on Rogue Legacy, I had to freaking go and I had to change all the buttons around and figure it out.
oh,
for a
did you?
little Bit, yeah.
Okay, but it still picked up the controller. Like all you had to do was plug it into your laptop in it, and it registered.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool because even for my PS3 controller, I had it hooked up with the USB because the charging cable has USB, and I had to install some software to get it to recognize the controller and everything. So
Yeah, I've got that software. I don't know if maybe that helped or not.
yeah, I don't know. Pretty cool, man.
Very cool.
So you've been playing Hotline Miami too and Rogue Legacy?
No, I haven't played Hotline Miami at all.
What's
Oh,
Hotline
you haven't?
Miami?
No.
Hotline Miami is like a top-down bullet hell type. It's kind of, I don't know, I kind of want to say it's like Realm of the Mad God, but it's not really because it's like mission based, like level based.
I hate that game.
It's just like super hard. It's not. I would say it's like what was I saying? It was like
Realm of the Mad God?
Realm of the Mad God.
That game makes me hate it. so
only
much.
only because of like the angle that you're looking at, and like you're looking, which I could have just said top down and left it at that, but I don't know. It's really hard, and it's for the
It's really hard.
yeah. It's really hard.
Makes me not want to play
It
it.
looks tight though.
Yeah, it is. It's a good kind of. It's a good kind of hard. It's it's the kind of
good. It's a real feel good hard.
yeah. It's the kind of game where you're gonna get stumped on a level for like 20 minutes, and it's gonna be like you're gonna keep playing that same 30 seconds over and over again. But when you finally get it, you're like, yes, I got it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Like, did I ever show you that game where time only? It's like a first-person shooter, but time only moves when you move.
Yeah. What was that
No
called?
way. What is that?
Red hot
Super
or
hot.
Super hot.
That's
Super
insane
hot.
sounding. So
It's a
time,
sick game.
time when you stop moving, time doesn't do anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like real simplistic in its design. So it's like all white, and I think it's like red. The enemies are red, and like your bullets are red. But like you can, let's say you walk into a room, and then you stop, and you can like look around, and you're like, all right, well, there's a guy over here and a guy over here. So you like aim up to the first guy, you shoot your gun, and then you like move a little so your bullet travels and hits him, and then you like gotta dodge the other guy shooting you. It's pretty cool. It almost makes it like a more realistic. I think you can make a more realistic AI in that sense because they can react to you really fast and all that stuff. Where
Yeah.
I feel like in most games you have to kind of make the AI a little dumb, or else people will just get completely obliterated.
Yeah.
But I think it's only in its demo stage right now. Super Hot is, but you can like download it for free and play it there. But
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty sick. It got on Steam really fast.
oh, is it
Super
on
hot.
Is it on Steam?
It was like applied for a Steam Greenlight and it got accepted in like 2 days or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think I don't from what it looked like, unless they were just like really teasing that game. It didn't look like they had much developed on it.
Yeah, it didn't look
It seemed like they
that
had their basic core of the game, but which I don't know if you had that already. I don't think it would be that hard to make more levels, but and then the way that demo ended was just kind of weird. I won't ruin it for people who haven't played it, but it was just really weird.
Yeah, go to superhot.com and you can play the
Super hot.
Super
You
hot.
play the demo on there?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty sweet.
I think I actually even played it on my Mac, and
It's
it
on
seemed to
Steam
work
Greenlight, too.
relatively well. So I'm assuming whatever
Oh yeah,
laptop you have
it works on my
would
Mac.
probably.
Okay. I'll check
Probably
it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have to check it out.
It's interesting. It's an interesting twist to the old grind. So the old grind of FPS. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, we
Did we? So
Yeah.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure if we did or not. Dude, I'm still playing Hearthstone, man.
Oh, you're playing Hearthstone
Yeah,
still?
this fool comes over to my house, sets up his laptop, and starts playing Hearthstone the entire time he's there.
Well,
What?
that's not.
No, I'm not saying it's a bad thing,
That's
but
not
you're really loving
entirely
this game
true.
a lot, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 100% like all
You're
about
trying to be
this
like
game.
a Hearthstone
I'm
employee.
trying to go pro, man. I'm trying
master.
to go pro in
You're trying to
Hearthstone.
go pro.
Yeah.
You're
No.
getting good.
No,
No.
I've improved a lot over how I started playing, and I actually was. I have a bunch of friends. Well, I just have a bunch of friends in general, but there's a bunch of
Oh,
people
you
on
do?
my friends list from I think when I used to stream Diablo. So I have like a bunch of I want to say like pseudo random people that are on my friends list, and sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, that guy's on. I don't know who he is,
Pseudo-random.
but he's on, and there was one guy who's playing Hearthstone the other night, and I just kind of was like, hey dude, do you want to play? And we were playing together, and he was doing a lot of the stuff that I used to do when I started playing. And I was like, huh,
Neeb.
yeah, kind of. But I was like, man, if only he knew what I know now at his
you tell
stage.
him?
No, but I actually
Oh,
I told him I was
Yeah.
gonna make some videos, and I made some videos the other day.
How'd you
Just
put 'em
kind of
up?
like, I haven't posted them yet. They'll most likely be posted by the time this podcast is on. But yeah, so I just kind of posted them. But it's like such a drastic change. It's like my channel. The first video I ever posted was Call of Duty, where I was just like mowing people down with an RPD, just like LMG, and then now it's just like, oh hey, I'm playing a digital card game online. So here's some tips and tricks that I've learned, and it's just like, what has my channel turned into? But I don't know.
Magic the Gathering is on next.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Next.
Yeah, I don't know. I like how the game plays. It's really easy for people to just pick up and play, and it's one of those games where it's super easy to pick up and play, but it's really hard to like
Get good
master. But and just the way it's presented and everything, it's really good. Blizzard did a really good job, but I'm not gonna sit here and
Shout
talk
outs to
about-
Blizzard.
Yeah, shout outs to
Shout
Blizzard.
out, Blizzard.
You know, if you want to
Blizzard
slide
sponsor.
me a couple extra beta keys so I can give them to my friends.
Oh
I'd
yeah,
love to play
we're
this
about to have
game.
we should have a beta key giveaway.
Beta key giveaway.
I
Right
love
now,
it.
you guys are going to do a beta key giveaway, even though we don't have a beta key to give away.
So just stay tuned. We'll touch on it later.
But you know what I was gonna say, and I was going to say this, and then I started talking about Hearthstone, and I realized it completely contradicts what I'm about to say.
What are you gonna say?
I don't like the way that games are like. There's so many betas now, and there's so many.
Would
no.
anybody like a slice of this pie?
No, I'm good.
Pizza?
I'm good on the pizza pie.
No,
It was,
I just brought some extra pieces in here because I figured.
it was funny. You were
Maybe you'd like
texting me
some.
to come over. You're like, yeah, dude, I think Zach's still asleep, but you can come
No,
over.
it's not exactly what you said either.
What?
You made this whole rendition of what I'm doing at the moment.
Oh, dude. If you
let's
want us
see.
to read the
Just
text
read
message
it.
conversation,
Just
we
read,
will.
just read the conversation
But
that you and Jim had.
But no, it's way too graphic.
No, you need to come on.
It's
You
it's way too graphic. We need like 20 viewer discretion is advised statements before we
Not
read
20.
that.
I don't
But,
think it's that graphic,
Yeah,
is it?
yeah,
dude,
it's
we
not.
were. All I'm trying to say is we were cooking pizza at the same time from different
Oh yeah,
places.
we were cooking
That was
pizza.
pretty funny.
cooking the pizza pie.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
I don't know. You want to read it?
It's not that
quote,
fun, though.
quote
It's
for
not
quote.
good.
That way you can read your parts and I'll read mine.
I think it'd be funny.
We'll read it like a
And I'll read what I said at the end.
like a play.
All right.
Hold on, let me bring up our
Bring up your
group
lines.
convo. When did this start?
Oh my god, this started like a
Yeah,
shit
this-
ton.
this
is
is-
like the longest conversation about me that I'm fucking asleep.
Okay. So, I started out the conversation today, and I said podcast. That's all I said. I meant to put a question mark, by the way, but after I sent to those,
I said cod passed.
you said cod past.
We don't have to say you said it.
Just
Okay.
read it.
And then I said,
Don't say that. Just read it.
all right, we're just gonna let's start over from the beginning.
Okay.
Podcast
Cod passed. We can do it at my crib
time.
whenever you want. Noon. I'm sure young Zachariah is still face down,
In my lap,
choking,
on my stogie,
swallowing gravy,
guzzling,
drooling out the sides.
wishing he could go home.
But he can't. Leather straps hold him tightly.
Bound and gagged, his fate is sealed.
A wave of energy washes over him as he comes to the realization.
And he sucks that rod like his daddy taught him.
He likes the feeling of a hand on the back of his head.
And a stray penis up his rectal cavity.
Look, Ma, he picked up a stray.
Okay. And then we had the conversation about how we were both making pizzas. We did a lot of bros and dudes.
Dudes.
And then that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And then Zach woke up.
And then Zach woke up, and
Woke
Jim
up.
decided to hop in the shower. And that's what led us here. So, anyways,
That's
like
how we're here, yeah.
video games. But yeah, no, I was gonna say, all these early access. I don't even know if you guys have experienced this that much, but I know with me being on Steam and mostly being on computer, there's a lot of why are you just
What are
walking
you
around?
doing?
Dude, I'm trying to get the blood pumping.
What are you getting blood pumping for? Talking about all these
What the hell?
sexual acts with Zach, and he's like, "Oh God, I gotta get my blood pumping." Hey, if those words didn't help you, I don't know what will. But but no, all these early access games where it's like you can play the game before it's done in like its early alpha or like super early beta stage, and you have to pay like most of the time. Sometimes it's even more money than what it actually will cost at release. But it's like, hey, you get to play it early, and it's not a full game. So
Yeah.
you play it and you're like, that was okay,
That wasn't very good.
and you set up your expectations to the level of a beta. You can't hold it against the game because you're like, oh, it's just a beta. But then at the end of the day, like I know a lot of games where I'm like, oh, I can't wait to play this game. I got to get it early release, and then I burn myself out on the game.
Yeah.
And when it comes out on actual release, I don't go back to play because I'm like, I already
it
played.
wasn't that cool
I already
beta.
played the half of the game that came out early, so
Yeah.
I don't really feel the need to go back and do it. So I think what I was going to say is I hate that, and I hate that pattern, and I think I'm going to stop getting games for early releases in beta. But then at the same time, I love Hearthstone right now, and it's
Still in beta, right?
it's in closed beta right now. It's getting ready to go into open beta, but I don't know. I think it might be different as far as Blizzard goes because their games tend to be super polished, and they don't put out like their definition of a beta is what most companies now would consider an actual release, like an initial release, because a lot of people, especially with the internet or with the software updates or the content updates to the games and how they can change like on the whim. Like I feel like a lot of companies just throw out a game and they're like, it's not completely
Done.
flawless, or like it's like I don't know, like we'll throw it out and we'll patch it day one. Like when you get a day one patch, you're just like, really, you couldn't have, you obviously weren't ready to put out the game. Like I don't understand, but I don't know.
Day one patch.
Yeah, just a qualm.
We've got to level 1, and that's about it.
Yeah. We'll patch in the other levels later. But and another thing that aggravates me is when you have the content on your disc, like when, like I don't know, let's say Call of Duty or something, like you the game gets shipped and you have the extra maps on the disc, but you have to pay to unlock them.
Yeah.
That ticks me off so much because it's like, oh, so my $60 isn't good enough to buy all of the percentage of the disc. I have to buy like 80% of it, and then I'll unlock the rest of it later with more money.
Yeah.
It's just gets on my nerves a little bit. But how are you liking your PS4, Zach?
PS4, it's really good, man. I've gotten a lot better since the last time we all played Battlefield. It was really
The
bad.
last time we all played, where we each played like a life.
A life, yeah, but we were really bad. But I was really, really, really bad.
Well, hey man, I went swimming in the ocean, and I'm pretty sure I killed at least one guy.
Yeah, you did.
Dude, now I didn't know this, but while you're swimming, you can take out your pistol while you're swimming.
Okay.
Shoot people.
That would have been better than just. You were like, hey, dude, just so you know, you can't shoot when you're in water. And then I see like a ski-doo coming, and I'm like, oh my god.
And then he runs you,
I was
and the
just-
guy ran you over. I
Yeah,
remember that.
I was just screaming.
Yeah, but no, I was playing Battlefield the other day, and I was in the helicopter, and I decided to jump out with my parachute, and this other helicopter, the enemy's helicopter, was below me. So I whip my RPG and shoot it, and I've never done that in my entire life playing a video game.
Oh, you were telling me about
Yeah,
that.
it was the coolest thing I've ever done playing a
Yeah.
video game.
It seems like a little bit of luck went into that.
Oh, it was super lucky.
You
man.
jumped out of a helicopter and you were shooting while you were falling.
He was
Yeah.
shooting an RPG. while he was
RPG.
falling.
No, this helicopter's right below me, so I shot an RPG, killed like 6 people.
Yeah.
And it was probably the best
What?
day I've ever played Battlefield in my life, and it's never happened
At that
since.
time, you almost just want to turn it off, break the disc, and be like, you
I'm
know
done. Dude, I wish I
Going
saved
out.
That
that.
was awesome.
I should have posted it. It was
Yeah.
just, it was ridiculous.
What? That
Like
is
those
pretty
videos you see people jumping on your like helicopter shit, throwing C4 on like tanks and blowing them up and stuff.
cool.
Like
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, this could have been my day in glory.
Could have been your moment.
Your
It's a
moment.
moment
So
in
you shot an
history.
RPG downwards.
Yeah, underneath this helicopter goes right, flying right into it.
Were you just like randomly shooting an RPG, and then all of a sudden a plane just happened to come by?
No, I saw the helicopter coming. I was like, all right, I'm gonna try to do this.
Oh
and I
my
shot it
God.
and I blew it up, and I was like, I dropped the controller and I was like, Carlos, whiskey, I gotta get off here. I'm done.
you
You did something so good you wanted to stop playing.
I had to
Yeah.
stop playing. It's like in poker, you're winning all this money. You're like, you know what? I'm probably just gonna leave.
Yeah.
That's when I think I would want the Call of Duty aspect of right after you kill someone, you get to hear their mic, because you would have just heard
Yeah.
6
Oh, dude,
kids
they would
like,
have been so pissed.
oh
What the fuck was that? No, but seriously, you don't know what happens. Like when you die, all it does is it goes back to where the guy is, and you see like this orange outline of him running around and shit, and that's about it.
oh really?
Yeah. You don't know how it says you death by RPG, but you don't know
And
what
then
he
you
was
just see this
doing.
random dude just freaking
Floating down in my
Yeah.
from a helicopter.
That's insane.
That's pretty cool. Do you guys think that we will ever, like, as when we get older and whatever, there's other kids that are playing, like younger people that are playing video games. Do you think that they're gonna miss out on the whole, like, I don't know, like, hey, everybody come over to my house and we'll play split screen on whatever, because
Like Halo.
or
dude.
something like that,
Like
because
first Xbox, that's all I would
Yeah.
ever do with my friends.
Yeah.
Like, come over and play Halo.
yeah,
play.
it's come over. Now it's
Yeah.
like, hey, get online and let's play.
Yeah, but
So-
it takes away from the fun.
I
though.
think you miss a
does.
lot of the experience, and I don't think we're just saying that because we're like
Older.
old and gripey, and we're just like, oh, well, it's so easy now. Back in my day, I really
Stop
do think.
looking at my screen.
Yeah.
People still do LAN stuff though.
Yeah, they do, but it's not as prevalent, and I don't think that if you want to play with your friends, there are other ways to do it other than split screen, and I think that
Yeah, that's awesome though, because it's a big hassle
Dude,
taking
oh,
a shit.
When
Oh,
we,
it
when we
was-
used to go to Matt's house and all of us were playing Call of Duty,
yeah,
all
Yeah.
5 of us down in the basement,
Oh,
was
yeah.
probably the best time
Yeah.
ever.
and that
because-
was online, but we had 5 janky TVs, 4x3 big blocky TVs,
in
just
his
all
basement.
lined up, and we were all playing Call of Duty. It was awesome. I think playing with people online you'll never get the same experience as if you're playing with
Well,
them. Like,
that's probably why people
Yeah.
go to like try to get on teams and stuff like that. Try to play a team, on
Yeah.
a gaming team, So like you could all be there in the same area
yeah,
and still have that camaraderie and have fun that way.
it's still good though. Like a big positive about online gaming now is that you can still play with people like across the world. Like you don't have to be neighbors
Right.
to play with them and be friends or whatever. Build that bond of like you said, camaraderie or whatever.
Yeah, but you do kind of build that bond with people when you play with them online.
Yeah.
Like if you make a friend online, you just
Like
keep playing
whiskey,
together.
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
whiskey.
Well, yeah.
That was weird.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Like you can still do that, but
It's still a little
with
weird, though.
people. What do you mean?
It's just weird being like, hey bro, can
It's-
I be like play
yeah.
games together? Maybe I don't know.
It's always weird when you sometimes I'll just randomly, I'll get on Call of Duty or whatever game, and one day I'll just like find a cool dude and I'll just be like, sweet, like I just made a new friend. And you get this idea of how they look just by what their voice is. And
Yeah,
you're just
yeah.
like, every time you talk to them, you picture them as that.
I-
And then when you see their
and
picture,
you're like you don't look at
it's
me
almost like
that.
you don't want to look at their picture. You just want to keep that like, oh yeah, like that's exactly how your voice
Dude,
should
like,
look as a person.
Remember Hugs though? I thought she was gonna be like this
Oh god.
weird looking chick. But it was the craziest thing. 'Cause she was not. She was like the hottest chick I've ever seen playing a video game.
And she's Zach's girlfriend.
She's
forever.
not.
Who was? Cortana?
Cortana
Cortana.
from Mortal Kombat.
From Halo.
Cortana from Mortal Kombat.
Oh, dude,
right?
she's pretty. She's like my
That's
first crush.
Melina.
Wasn't-
You're
wasn't-
thinking Melina.
Wasn't there a Halo character in the Xbox version of Mortal Kombat? The new one?
Not Mortal Kombat.
It was Darth Vader.
Not Mortal Kombat though.
Yeah,
No, bro.
Mortal Kombat.
No.
Because for the Xbox version, there was a special character that you got, and for the PS3 version, there was.
I
a
know
special-
that wasn't Mortal Kombat. That was a different game.
In the actual
Calibur?
game of
Dead or
Halo, there
Alive.
was.
Soul Calibur is
Was
it?
it Soul Calibur?
It's Soul Calibur.
I'm pretty sure.
Positive.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Take my
Almighty
gaming
one.
expert knowledge
Okay.
to the next level.
All right. Well, I guess I know nothing anymore. So is
Well,
that it? Does anybody have any?
Yeah, I think we're getting close to an hour.
Does anybody have any closing statements or thoughts or ideas? Anything to float around?
Just make sure you check us out on Twitter.
Check you out on
Yeah,
Twitter.
just go ahead and
Jimmy
reach out.
Andy, 2 M's, 2 Y's.
Reach out and touch me.
That's right?
Just do it.
At
two Y's
JIMMYANDYY.
Yeah.
How do you know that by heart?
Because I just edited the first podcast.
Oh, okay.
And you guys were like, oh, we gotta do shoutouts.
You gotta do shoutouts because they want to
Was
talk
that
to us
a
on
cock in
Twitter.
your mouth? Because it sounded
I
really
doubt-
It sounds like you had a big dick in your mouth.
I
Big
doubt
old
it, you
dicky
guys. I
doo-doo
really
in your
doubt.
mouth.
Alright,
Get this dick out of my mouth! I gotta do shout out.
It's weird that you're doing an impression of me doing an impression of you. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dad and his comebacks.
Always burns us.
There's a little bit of an inception burn there.
Well, was that exception noise?
I
Alright.
think we should start and end all of our podcasts like that. Alright?
And that's it.
And that's it.
Rap.
Never clap your hands during a podcast. I'm trying to figure out
No, sir.
why he would do it.
Oh no,
'Cause
because
you're
he says
fucking
he.
crazy.
I think he says he like treason or something.
Because he's crazy as
That's
balls.
like he wasn't on the right side.
What happened to
or
Kim
wrong
Jong
idea or
Il?
something.
Did he die?
He got
Yeah,
ill and
ill.
he died.
Really? He did get ill?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he died.
All right.
Straight
Are you
ill.
just saying that to be funny, or did he really get sick?
You
and
said
die?
ill, so I was like, oh, that's a perfect lead into, yeah, he got ill and died.
Did he really get sick?
Yeah.
Oh.
How do you
He
die
barfed.
usually?
He
I don't
barfed
know.
up
You
his
could
heart.
get shot in the head. That's not getting sick.
Well, he wasn't going to kill his dad because his dad was the infer.
Here, can I show you? Can I show you Dennis Rodman on NBC or CNBC like going crazy right now?
Oh yeah, he goes ballistic.
Well,
Can we get good audio?
yeah, this is gonna be good audio.
Dennis Rodman had a big day today. Dennis Rodman took 6 former NBA players and 4 other players on a trip.
Oh,
to
that's
North
Jimmy
Korea
Kimmel.
to play an exhibition
isn't
game against
Dennis
the
Rodman.
local-
But
We should just let Jimmy Kimmel.
This morning,
And
Dennis and the
sponsored
players
by
all
Jimmy
sat
Kimmel.
down for a satellite interview. They are in North Korea. Chris Cuomo of CNN is in I don't know, D.C. or New York or something. But it did not go smoothly.
You got 10 guys here. 10 guys here that have left their families, left their damn families to help this country that's in a sports venture.
How that makes you feel when you just basically, like, if you think
I
about it,
told the greatest story.
the 3 of us just sat here and
we
talked
talked for about 15
to
no,
nobody.
to nobody. Jesus, we talked to each other.
We talked to
all the time.
nobody really though.
It's not like it was
Yeah,
just.
but I
a
don't really
single
like
man
you guys.
commentary. Oh,
You don't like us? Oh,
No.
okay.
So if I'm talking to you, it's not like I'm gonna be.
Dad's upset right now.
Yeah, Dad's upset.
Dad needs to go.
Don't get upset.
Don't get upset.
Don't do that.
Don't cry.
Daddy, don't cry.
Dude, your beard is just getting completely out of control.
I know I'm starting to feel like Noah of Noah's Ark.
Of Noah's Ark?
Yeah.
Has God told you to build a boat?
No, he didn't tell me to build a boat.
He told you to
Tell
build a
you to build it.
rocket ship.
He said build a rocket ship and take all the animals to
So-
the moon.
So God's Australian.
I'm going to blow up this planet.
God's Australian.
God's Australian,
Right.
mate. G'day.
Build a rocket ship and take all your animals to the moon.
Take them to the moon.
Jeez.
Catapult your animals fleet by fleet.
You sound like an Englishman.
Well, you know, he's English. He's got a little
British.
English in
He's
him.
a little-
Well, I think he has a little everybody in him, you know?
You know what? God's got a little bit of everybody in him. If there's one thing that's a perk of being God.
A little bit
You
of
get a little
everything.
of everything.
That's really an interesting thing to say because you see some fucking weird people. Like,
And
whoa,
but
that-
they're-
that's God.
the thing
That's
that
not.
that's his spitting image of. That's what there's people say.
Yeah.
Or spitting images of the creator.
Well, that's
Yeah.
impossible because there's many different kinds of us.
I know, but that means God is just a big melting pot.
Yeah, he
Damn,
looks
wait.
like he looks like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
You know what? I
guy.
think there's a couple. I think there's a couple things that, as a generic podcast foundation,
You don't
we should
talk
probably
about
stay
religion.
away from. Religion, politics,
Race.
Yeah, our
Religion.
first podcast just completely annihilated that point. So
We love everyone though. That
oh,
needs
yeah.
to be said.
DLE.
yeah, let's go ahead and patch things up with
We
the
love-
old. We love
We
everyone.
love
Yeah.
everyone.
Slander.
Jeez, we gotta patch things up with somebody.
Yeah,
You know.
let's patch them up.
Let's
So,
little patchy
You
rub
guys
down.
hear about? Oh, did you have something? Did you have a good thing to say?
No, I was just gonna make the generic. So what's been going on with everybody's statement? But you got something.
Well,
so
it's
go
way
ahead.
past Christmas and New Year's now.
Yeah,
the last.
we've had a pretty significant gap
We're
between.
in the ice age.
Someone fell off who was talking about not falling off for the first one.
Oh man,
Jeez.
Who could that be?
who was it?
Who was it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Me?
Yeah, you're like, we're gonna do this podcast. No one can fall off, and then who fell off?
What do you mean I fell off?
The linger.
fell off.
You fell off,
How'd
Dad.
I fall off?
You
You've
fell.
Been, you've been delaying the
God,
recording
you have.
process.
I
been
think
trying to do this
everybody can
forever.
clearly tell who the other 2 people that really fell off were.
Fell off.
The
I
guy-
better
fall
get back
down.
on.
Okay.
I hopped right back on that pony.
I hopped in the pony.
It hopped on the pony.
That's
Bro,
barnyard
You fell
porn.
off. You've changed. all
I've
right?
changed?
Yeah.
My face has changed.
Mm.
Congratulations.
Were we going somewhere with any
I
of
was
this?
gonna say, did you guys hear about Kim Jong Un? He fed his uncle to 120 hungry dogs.
Did you hear about Dennis Rodman going over there and saying, "Good
Yeah.
job"?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Wait,
crazy.
All this crazy shit's happening in North Korea.
See, look, you've been at your parents' house with no internet, no TV.
I'm
in a-
shut
in
out
a-
from the
in
world.
A cabin,
You didn't know
deep
about
in the
this?
woods.
Okay, you know what? In all fairness, this didn't happen in the United States. So
It was all
If-
over CNN and public radio.
Dennis Rodman,
because that's what I frequent is
And-
CNN and public radio.
and
Dennis
Ga-
Rodman is friends with Kim Jong Un.
And they
like
played a
best
celebrity
friends.
that doesn't
basketball game
surprise me.
They went over there and played the celebrity basketball game the day after he killed his uncle.
Yeah, yeah.
What?
Yeah,
For
the day
his
after.
birthday.
Yeah, for Kim Jong Un's birthday. He killed his uncle, feeding him to 120 dogs, and his uncle was a politician.
Okay,
He
so
said he was on the wrong side or something like that.
so that's why he did it. He did it as a statement. He didn't just do it. He didn't just wake up and be like, you know what? I have 120 dogs that could eat. They're not
What? He did
super.
it as a
Why are
statement.
you defending that man?
Yeah, what are you talking
Well,
about?
I'm
you
trying-
sound like the biggest.
I'm trying
You
to
sound like
figure out.
such a bigot.
All right, you guys are out of control right
We're
now.
not.
Are we ready?
Yeah, bro, we're just waiting for you.
Jesus, I'm ready, bro.
Everybody's just waits around.
Jeez, I'm I'm some big piece of shit.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
Okay. So,
Hello.
hey.
Hey, back again for the first time.
Hey. First time's the charm, you know
First
what they
time
say.
is a charm.
It's not like we already tried to record this today already.
Let me recap this.
Hey, did you
Okay.
guys see that Wolf of Wall Street flick?
Hey,
Actually, I did.
you know what? At least Audacity didn't decide to bone us like 40 minutes into the podcast.
Yeah.
It was
Bone you?
3.5 minutes in, and it was like, you know what?
I'm gonna stop
I'm
working.
gonna tell you right now, this is not gonna happen
You've
yet.
been boned.
You've been boned by Audacity.
So, Audacity,
I don't really know. Is that what it is called?
Audacity,
Oh, whatever.
like
Is it?
audio.
Audio. Audacity.
Yep, you got it.
Okay.
So,
Wolf of Wall Street.
is it even worth having the same conversation that we just
Wolf of
had?
Wall Street.
No, because that
No.
becomes a boring conversation, I feel like.
Sorry, Zach.
Waffles on Wall
I
Street?
know that you brought the first conversation to the
I
whole
did. It
podcast,
was good.
but that's a conversation that no one will ever hear.
Because
Yeah.
your computer's a jackass.
And you know what? And I've had this happen to me before when I was recording commentaries and stuff. You know